Since I started putting up videos from our kill shots when we're raiding, I have decided that I want to make a video about setting up my UI. First of all, I'm Caladel, Guildmaster of Real Raiders of Curse, a horde guild located on Ragnaros EU. We are a semi-progressive raiding guild and always looking for good people, so if you might be interested in joining, please leave a reply in the comment sections and look further into our website. First of all, I use a combination of add-ons called LVUI, which is like the overlay you can see here, the chat boxes, my main frames, and I use a combination of weak auras and exhausters raid tools to monitor raid cooldowns. I use an add-on called Sexy Map over here to make my map look more sexy, kinda like in the word. Otherwise than that, I use a lot of add-ons to optimize my rotations and just make my UI look a little more flawless. First of all, this is how it's gonna look like when you're done if you follow this guide. So if this is something for you and you're not really good in customizing add-ons, I strongly recommend you to following the whole guide so you get I go in depth with every add-on that I customize so you can see how it's done. But if you are at a little ahead, I will just show you my add-on list so you can download them and play with them yourself. But instead of deleting my add-on folder and starting all over again on this character, I'm just gonna create a new one, so we're gonna set it up from scratch. Just going, let me go with a healer here, so I know what to set up. Oh, I forgot to show you my add-on list. I can just do that when I get in game. You can see it looks all messy right now, right? First of all, just close down everything. This is my damage meter. You will also get this in front of your screen, just put it around somewhere at the beginning. First of all, my add-on list is as following. I got details, which eats up a lot of space right here. Exhaustor's raid tool, really useful tool when you're raiding. Shows you who has flashed and pot and food buffed. Also with Vance's runes and normal runes. NPC scan is not something I use that much. I thought it would work better this expansion, but it doesn't. We have Sexy Map for the map configuration up here. Shared media so I can use custom sounds and my weak auras. That's not something you need. It's just a good. I think it's personally a nice little thing to have. Weak auras is something you're gonna fiddle with yourself because there's a lot of strings and I don't know what everyone to each class. But weak auras is pretty much like programming in World of Warcraft. They let you show your cooldown so you can like customize it if you want to have a cooldown bar, if you want to have a cooldown icon. I can show you on my druid later. LVUI here is gonna show up as these two. You got LVUI config and you got LVUI. Then we have DBM, of course. You can use DBM or Big Wix or whatever you really want. It doesn't really matter as long as it works for you. But at the beginning here, when you're logged in and you close like everything, open your interface right here. Go into your addons folder. And you can customize your sexy map. Usually I will wait a little with doing that, but if you want to do it at the beginning, you can like find the one that suits you. This up here, the field around it is gonna get disabled when we get into the LVI configuration. And we're gonna hit that now. You can configure the LVI by pressing this button right here in your escape menu called LVI. Then you get a menu up here where you get a ton of options. You can like almost edit everything in this UI. But before you do anything, press the install button up here. This will take you to like a quick setup guide of the LUI. Normally I just pressed like everything. Set up CVRs. CVRs it called. Set up chat. Classic, I don't like dark or class. If you choose class specific, it's just gonna, you know, if you're a hunter it's gonna be green, if you're a shaman it's gonna be blue, and your raid frames will do the same. I just go with classic on mine. Normally for this one, because I think it's look better, I'm always pressing low resolution. You can also press high resolution, then you will get the bars down here. But I'm a slacker, so I just press low resolution to get them lined up already. Then we have our class, oh, sorry, that class selection, role selection. I normally just press tank. Again, I'm lazy. This will line them up a little better. You could press healer. Physical DPS, caster DPS, it doesn't really change anything. So I'm going with the tanking. Aura bars and icons. And we're good to go. Now that we have configured our LUI, you can see that we have our bars down here, looking smooth. We have our chat boxes over here. The first thing I always do when I'm doing something in LUI is this box over here is now reserved for the loot and trade chat. Which is nice, of course, if you like to have two boxes, but our damage meter up here also have to be somewhere, and I highly prefer it to be down here. So just right click where it says loot/trade, unlock window, pull it over here, so you will now have it over in this chat frame instead. And just for now, we're gonna edit this a little later, but for now, let it be there. Now to get the frame up here, move away. Instead of doing escape LUI, I'm just gonna type /EC. It's just a faster way to get into the LUI configuration. Go into, just find it. The maps here, minimap, enable. Press this one off so you don't have the minimap frame anymore. Then it's just gonna reload your UI and you will now have this minimap instead. I'm just gonna let it be over here for now. Then I press hide, just for the LUI tip. Go into LUI configuration again. And what I like to do now as the second thing I do is get down to my action bars. My action bars can be found here. I see my bars down here. If this is my action bar number 1, when I edit the buttons, you can see here. Normally I tend to have like 8 buttons down per action bar, depending on what class and what spec I play. But for now let's just test it with 8 so you get a feeling on how you can edit it. So these two action bars now only have 8 buttons per bar. And if you want to customize it even more, which I like, I'm always doing the alpha section right here, because I don't like my action bars being that bulky, so I'm just gonna give it 50%. So it like fades out with my UI. I also, if you're really good at playing what you're playing, I also tend to click on the backdrop here, not the backdrop, mouse over, there we go. So you cannot see the action bars unless you move your mouse over them. You can do this to all your action bars if you're memorized your key bindings good enough, but as for now, let's just keep it like this. And if you then want to proceed down to your mainframes or your unit frames, sorry. On my druid, I have them spaced so you can see my character profile with a little picture and my mana down under. And I'm gonna do the same here. First of all, we are going. Oh, sorry. First of all, we're going into power and style. We're gonna press spaced. Oh. Sorry. In the offset, just do it as much as you want. Normally, I just put it up to 20, so we got it like this here. And for your target, which we want to have to look like the same thing, just go down to target frame and go down to power, style, spaced, and offset just up all the way. This will also work for rage and more down here. No, I don't want to sign your guild. Let's then do the portrait thing. For the portrait, we're just gonna do it like this, so you get your character. You can see it right down here. And in the if you wanted to fill out the whole space, just press overlay, so you get like the faded out picture in the background. This on the portrait. We're gonna do the same with our main frame or player frame. Just enable overlay. Then we want to give them like, this is way too small, especially for me, but you can like customize it the way you want here. If you go up to up here, you can say 250. That was maybe a little too much. Let's try with 300. 300 and 150. That's way too big, man. 260 and 100. That's better. Then you're gonna press toggle anchors. This looks very confusing, but this is just so like you can move everything around in the LVI configuration. Then go down to, when I measure it, I usually take my player frame down to this edge of my chat box here. If you want to let me, sure. Just try to remove the class bar here. You can also do it like, just click it on space. So here we go, we have 1 quarter, quarter and a half, and a quarter and 2. Then just press it down until you get in the right direction. You can see underneath where our cast bar, I like to have mine perfectly lined up with the bottom of the LVR, so we get it like this down here. Press lock. So here you see my player frame now. We're gonna do the same thing with our target frame. So we're just gonna give it like, what was it, 260, 100? 60. Ooh. There we go. Toggle anchors. You can see it's 1, 2 down. Oh my god, if this guy doesn't stop, man. We need to get it like all the way in here. And so we get some alignment going on. Here we go. And give it a quarter and 2. That's the first. Oh, god damn it. I think that's it right here. Might need to be a little more, but you get the thing now. You can fiddle around this yourself. So now we have our target and player frame, but you see this right here. Normally I don't use target. So I go into the LVI configuration, target frame, enable, press this off so it doesn't get this down here anymore. Target frame, you can also enable that if you want, but you can also disable it. I usually disable it on mine. So right now we have this, so we got our frames is perfect now, our action bars is almost perfect. I need you to tell you how to configure this over here, but it's pretty simple to be honest. We can just do that now. If you want more action bars, just go to the action bar tab here. See, you have already the first 3, or the first, I think it's number 4 that is over here. But if you want the 3rd action bar, just press enable, it will show up here. You can just, if you want to, toggle the anchors and you can move around with it as you like. So you can get it on the screen wherever you want. The next thing that we have to do is details. It's my damage/healing meter, and we're gonna play a little with that now. Actually, I'm not that good in this. I only installed it like recently, so see. How to configure this? Yeah. So time /detail/new/detail new, or apparently, and just get 1 down here. I know it says damage done on both of the windows, but just wait a little. I'm gonna change it. What just happened here? So it's just a little like thing that you have to break off. Look, here we go. Nice. So now these two windows here are now linked together, which make it a lot easier for us to config down here. And HPS. So we have DBS and HPS down here now, which should mean if I go attack this one, I should be appearing down here. For some reason I'm not. Let's just take my damage down and see if that helps. Yeah, here we go. It says healers down here. And I just config my avatar up here. It looks like shit, but for now that's the best I could do. This innovate icon you have right here is from my weak hour string, so don't mind about that. But this is pretty much it. If you're not raiding and having your 40-man raid frame in front of you, you can just pop your minimap down here if you think that looks smoother, but depending on what you want. For my raid frames, just use the standard LVI raid frames. Just pull it down to the middle, right here. Again, just to go into LVI config, toggle the anchors, and just pull your raid frame in the middle, where you want it. I then use my weak hour strings or weak hour configurations, like my cooldowns, to be lined up around here, so I don't have to look at my bars to find where my procs is. I also have sounds enabled to most of them, so when I get a proc, it's gonna play a sound, so I then know where to, not where to, but what is ready to be casted. And let me just click back to my druid so you can see the final result again. But this is pretty much it. There's not really more to it. Yes, of course, there's actually one more thing before I log out. The Exhaustor's Raid tool right here was Addon talked about that could check pre-pod and food buffs and so on. You can see here if we go into raid cooldowns, you can like set a profile up to test whenever the raid has used their cooldowns and if they're available. This is really useful for me as I'm currently the guild master and I have to, like when we are raiding, check out that people is doing okay. We have our own raid leader, but I'm also a healer, so it helps out with the calling. You can see the battle res here. You can like enable an icon up here that shows when your battle res is ready. It can log for you. I currently use this to log. Raid inspect, you can see gear like this. Raid check, this is the most important. Check food, it's gonna show you how many people is like with 0, 225, 300 and 375 food. Same goes with flasks, runes, and so on. I think that was pretty much an explanation on the most of it. An NPC scan, of course, you don't need to install that unless you really want to. I recommend you not to. It's not really working as intended. I wanted to use it for Crawl the Blade, like the one in Pandaria that can drop the experience potion, but it didn't work out. But so let me just talk to my druid again so I can show you like the final result. Here we go. Like this is pretty much how it's gonna look like when you're done. I think I forgot to show you how to change your minimap so you get another skin on it. Just go to your interface, addons, sexy map, and you can see that there's those two drop menus down here. If I now want to have like space, let's take that. See, my minimap gets a different like skin overlay over it. That's pretty much it. I think you can actually get some pretty cool ones. I use this one on my warrior. It's pretty badass. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I configure my UI. I don't use healbot, I don't use other healing add-ons, I just use mouse over macros with my raid frame. That works pretty good for me. Just see if I can find the other one right here. There we go. So that's pretty much it. If you have questions regarding how to set stuff up, please just leave a comment in the comment section and I will take a look on it. I will see if I can help you out with it. And I will also have a link to the website where you can download all these add-ons, and especially to the LGI website. So thank you for watching, and I'm Caladel from Real Raiders Have Curse.